Hi everyone, Tammy here, Flannel Chick MTB, coming to you from a local trail. And I am out for a ride after work, and I believe I have a little bit of light left. And so I'm going to bring you along on today's ride for video 2 of 5, Game Changers for Beginner Mountain Bikers. So join me for a ride, and while I'm out here on the trail, I'm going to talk with you about another game changer for me as a beginner mountain biker and what made a difference in terms of my progression on the bike. In today's video, I want to talk about the second factor that I think made a really big difference in terms of my progression on my bike as a brand new mountain biker. In the last video, I talked about how simply consistent time on the bike made a huge difference for me. And that regardless of the fact that woo! Woo, it's icy. And as I was saying in that previous video, even though I wasn't challenging myself in riding difficult trails, the consistent riding 3-4 times a week made a massive difference. It was a game changer for me that season. So today's tip is about lessons. And for some of you who might just be starting riding or thinking about riding, maybe you're going out with friends or your partner and they're giving you some basic tips and instruction. And that can be great for getting you started. But I found that taking lessons, and in particular group lessons, was a really good benefit, actually, not only for my skills, but for my confidence. Now, in terms of skills, of course, if you take a lesson and hire a professional coach, you're going to get the latest, kind of up-to-date skills lessons, depending on how long your friends or your partner have been riding. Things do evolve in terms of skills on the bike. Bike geometry has changed. So in taking lessons with a professional coach, you know you're going to get the most up-to-date practices for a mountain bike beginner. And sometimes doing that practice or getting that instruction from someone you don't know or you don't have a relationship with changes the dynamic. And sometimes that can be helpful. Now, aside from the obvious skill benefits that you're going to get from taking lessons, I think in terms of my confidence as a beginner, group lessons made a huge difference. And one of the reasons I think that was so for me is that I was always riding with much more advanced riders. Some of the people I was riding with had even raced. Some were coaches. Some were downhill experts. Because I was riding, oh, this is slippery, with very good riders, it made it really difficult for me to tell if I was ever making any progress. First, my frame of reference was all these amazing riders. And when I finally took a group lesson, a beginner class, I was able to get out on the trails with other people who were exactly at the same place I was riding, or very similar anyways. I began to realize I was exactly where I needed to be. So riding with other riders who were at a very similar skill level, really did a lot for my confidence and normalized where I was at in my riding. There really is so much value in riding with riders in a group lesson who are at a similar skill set to you, facing the same fears and hesitations. And it really does normalize where you're at in your own learning process. So in a group lesson, you have a peer group hi, that you can compare yourself to, that maybe is more reasonable than your friends who've been riding 10, 15, 20 years. Taking lessons was a game changer for me in terms of fundamental skill development, laying the foundation, some really solid skills, and also helping me with confidence. Just feeling better about where I was at in my learning process as a beginner. That riding in a group with other beginners, taking lessons with other beginners, was a game changer for me in two ways. First of all, obviously, it laid some very fundamental bike skills down for me and laid a really solid foundation in terms of just even intellectually knowing what I'm supposed to do or not do on a bike. And the other way it was a game changer for me was equally important in that it really helped with my confidence. being in a group with other riders who are riding at a similar level to you, who are also beginners, who are struggling with some of the same hesitations you have, some of the same fears you have, really normalizes the experience and allows you to have a better understanding that you're probably exactly where you need to be in terms of your development, in terms of your progress. And so taking lessons, game changer number 2 for me, skills point of view and confidence point of view. I hope you found some value in this video. Happy riding, everyone.